Okay, Panda. So give me a bit of an update here. What are we looking? What do I need to know heading into this? How's your journey been going? What rank are you right now? And why this VOD?
I'm still D2,
Hmm.
but I don't focus much about climbing.
Hmm.
I want to mostly get my game straight, you know? I
Hmm.
mostly care about the improvement because I know I can climb after that. I don't care if I win or lose. I just want to see that. Uh, well, mostly I look at it as having good CS and not losing my lane, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally. And so this past 3 weeks, you'll be focusing on increasing your CS numbers and making sure that you're coming out of the lane ahead. So really, just refining your first 8 minutes. I'm assuming, right?
Basically, yeah, but I did like the past week and a half. I didn't play much out of a choice. I felt like the games were just a bit like too many games that were just one-sided, and I felt that it started hurting my mental. So I decided to take breaks, like either 3 games a day, and then I review them, and then take a break for the rest of the day, work and whatever,
Okay.
or I just take a complete day off if
Okay.
I don't feel like playing.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you can do that for sure, and I think it is important that you do take days off, especially when you're not feeling it. Just got to be a little bit careful. I have known certain people in the MLA to overemphasize um, some of that stuff and then start taking break day after break day after break day, and then before you know it, they're just not getting enough games in. So as long as you're still getting enough games in and it's not happening all the time, then that's completely fine. All right, so we'll take a look. We'll see where you're at. We've got an Ahri v LeBlanc. What was your lane hypothesis here?
But this is a lane I'm comfortable in because it's one of my confident picks as well. I know how this lane's supposed to go from LeBlanc side because I
Yep.
used to play a lot of LeBlanc. So I know what I need to avoid. I'm not sure how the lane is supposed to go like between both of them. I know I mostly want to avoid her W because it's a long cooldown, as you can see here.
Yep.
I know it's down. I can go for a poke on her,
Yep.
and so on. Try to abuse the fact that my cooldowns are shorter than her, and she has a bad wave clear.
Yep. And so you're just trying to
Uh,
tether. You did a beautiful job of tethering that W, keeping your range. You definitely want to make sure that you're matching level two. Lovely. Really good job.
Here I pick my E just to see if she gets baited in, so I can cancel W and get a good trade off.
Yep.
Also, the enemy jungler is Lee Sin, and my jungler is Shyvana, so I know definitely you don't win the 2v2s, and I definitely don't expect any help from Shyvana, and I might be getting gank. Says LeBlanc has a pretty good gank pressure,
Yep.
so I'll mostly try not to push the wave unless I have a stacked wave.
Yep. So you're just trying to probably keep neutral state, right?
Yep. But
Lovely.
I'm not sure if she stop pushing, I stop pushing, and she
Yep.
freezes, I try to solve it.
Yeah, really good. I like it. That's a really solid hypothesis. Looks like Lee Sin started bot side this game.
Yeah, that's why I keep hugging my Shyvana side, just in case I don't get to run to my turret.
Yes, this is very nice. Very good lane hypothesis. Yeah, we don't really need to be scared here. We can walk up in auto. I swear, like even
I
here,
was
man.
thinking about that,
Like
if I should you or alter it.
yeah, like I don't think you need to be as scared as you are right now. I think you're overemphasizing what LeBlanc can do to you. I mean, sure, she might be able to cue your face or something like that, but I mean, look here. You got to be a little bit careful because she can just AOE both the cannon and you. If like if you were to walk up here, she could W, then you're exposed, right? And then she could
As
maybe
the
E
cannon is
you.
about to die, I tried to contest the cannon, but my head was thinking, because Shivan is already at Grump and she skipped golems,
Mm,
Lee Sin could be on top side, and that's an easy game because there's no waves, so the
mm.
chain most likely land and I will build burn flash here. So, and I didn't ward the top side either, so
Yeah,
I
true.
didn't want to take the risk that high.
Fair enough.
Yeah, now I know she's gonna try W, so I just get my combo off pretty quick after the jump, run out, just wait to do that again.
Yeah,
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 I kind of got greedy and didn't want to miss the cannon. I
yeah.
got into play here. Here I was thinking if I want to flash this or not, because if Listen is on top side, I am dead. And without
Mm,
flash, I am very
okay.
Yankee.
Yeah. Okay, there's a lot going
But
on here. Let's really break it
I know
down.
I was winning that though. I know I was winning that for sure. My cooldowns are way lower than hers. She already burned her W, so I decided to I all in that.
Okay, so objectively looking at this again, like I think I think the not having a ward on top side is actually hurting you. but quite a bit here. It's actually preventing you from contesting even neutral state because Lee Sin and LeBlanc is such a strong 2v2,
Yeah.
right? What I think you should have done is like even maybe I was even thinking before this, like over back here. I was even thinking like back here, instead of leaning the way you are leaning, lean on this top side, finish off this melee here, and then duck off and sneak one over here on that little corner there. That way, you can just walk, you can come back, you can match level 3, and then you can actually just queue through the wave and actually genuinely keep the wave neutral state. The problem is, see, notice how here, you're defaulting to walking back here, not because you're scared of the actual 1v1, it's mainly because you're scared of the Lee Sin. Because if you were to walk up here and contest and stand behind your minions, Lee Sin theoretically could be here, and then you're just worried about that. So, as a result, LeBlanc actually has a significant advantage. Think about it. That's a full HP cannon versus a low cannon. And so LeBlanc actually is starting a slow build into you, which isn't really optimal for you right now. And then as a result, you go for a trade onto the LeBlanc. And now the cannon's getting very low. I also am very... I try to prevent going for these sorts of trades when the cannon's low. Because now I know I'm going to have no abilities for when the cannon dies. And as a result, you walk up to make sure you try and get the cannon. LeBlanc heavy trades onto you. And I really don't think trading flash for flash benefits you whatsoever. I think
I was thinking about that as well, if I want to go for that or not. Because the kill would have helped me a lot in the lane. I could have taken full control on that. But on the other side, I will lose my flash.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
never
I'm
gonna
very
get the kill
vulnerable
there.
until 6.
Yeah, you never get the kill there. I mean, she's always going to match Flash. It just puts you in danger for no reason. LeBlanc doesn't need Flash. You don't even have a champ that can really punish the no Flash from the LeBlanc. Man, that was so risky.
I
Oh
got
my
lucky.
god.
I got really lucky here.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
I got really
extremely
lucky here.
lucky.
And here as
Oh
well.
my
I
goodness.
mean, I did mean to dodge that, but yeah, I got lucky that he didn't a little higher.
Yeah, I don't like any of that entire sequence of events. So far, the biggest takeaway is the lack of ward has prevented you from contesting neutral state. I think that's actually the main problem in all of this. You're being overly defensive because of the lack of vision. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Usually I do go for early wards, but I felt like this lane was like a bit too jacked, so I had to like contest on the wave all the time.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think the
just didn't get
alternative
the
is then, let's say if you felt too scared to go for a ward for whatever reason, then I think what you do is I don't even think you trade into LeBlanc here. I think you hold your charm. You need your charm to create space in order to last hit this.
Oh, okay, I see.
You see what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
the equivalent is like me playing like Syndra, for example. If I'm playing Syndra and I just use my E on the LeBlanc before to go for a trade, and then the cannon gets low, well then I'm fucked because LeBlanc can easily E onto me afterwards and punish me. So what I have to do is if I see a cannon getting low and I know the wave's already coming towards me, I need to make sure that I'm getting the wave. Well, I do that by creating space by having my self-peel tool available. So next time, if you don't have the luxury of getting a ward out and actually for whatever reason, or maybe you're too scared to do so or whatever, and that you already know the wave is coming into you, you really want to be using this reactively, not proactively. The other reason this is actually very important is that even if you take this trade, and even if it's a favorable trade, it doesn't even do anything anyway because LeBlanc's is stacking this wave into you. And then she's just going to tempo reset. So heavy trading benefits her more than it benefits you, right? Because unless you actively kill her in that exact moment, she's going to slow build. Her jungler's going to come and help her get the wave in, and then she's going to tempo reset. What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
So unless you're actively getting a kill in this exact moment, hold your charm reactively, use it to prevent her from Wing onto you, and then you just get the farm. And then you can play off the bounce wave really easily anyway. Something to keep in mind. And that's a principle that you need to follow on all of your champions, not just Ahri. Like, same thing with, like, LeBlanc.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so moving on. We come back. Obviously, Shyvana's just going to be full clearing. Shyvana's not really going to be offering us much. Jax looks to be struggling in the 1v1. Looks like Lee Sin.
Yeah, he's gonna have a painful lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I'm playing very defensively because I'm not
Yep.
6 and I don't have
No
flash, so
flash.
I really don't want to shove a wave. But if the wave gets stacked, I really want to try to cancel it. Luckily for me, she started pushing the wave, so that
Yep.
was really good for me.
Yep. Not much we can do here. All right. So fast forwarding a little bit. What happens here? Wait, how does it start shoving? She was shoving, and then what happened here? Oh, you AoE'd.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not.
I should have let it push to me.
Yeah, this queue doesn't. This is not an optimal queue. And now she recognizes that you queued the wave, so now she's letting the wave actually come back to her. So this is very. This is probably the most scary part of the entire game for you because you're pre-6. We don't have flash, and our Shyvana is really really far away. Hmm. Yeah, you're in a rough spot here. Oh, there we go. Lovely. She shoves us in.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so fast forwarding a little bit. She shoves us in. We do a really good job of thinning this wave out. LeBlanc has moved. We ping it very, very far away. They end up heavy trading bot side. Shove, shove, shove. Might be a potential roam window top side if you get 6 here, potentially. Not, but Jack's died anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about this ward just in case you try to wall hop into the bush, because I already had ward in the river, so I was just being cautious there.
Well, you already know that LeBlanc warded, right? As in, you already know LeBlanc warded here, don't we? Didn't she ward over here before?
You ward in blue
I don't know. I
when
thought
she
she.
walked up, because she walked up towards blue, and then I think we lost vision after that. But I'm pretty
Okay.
sure she warded around blue side.
Yeah. Whatever. I thought she warded bot, but doesn't really matter. Lovely, good little hover. Wave is frozen, but we do have ult, so I don't think we can really die here. We have a lot of wave
Try to
as
just
well.
crush this wave,
Yep.
and then
Great.
yeah.
Great. Good. We get access to plant. Shyvana obviously wants to do the dragon. So as long as we make sure that Lee Sin isn't contesting.
I do have a question about this matchup. I do this against champions that usually one shot you, like Vega, Senja, LeBlanc, where I just build a null when I have the extra cash, so I just don't get one shot. Is that worth it?
A null magic mantle into heavy AP burst oriented champions like Fizz and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, specifically this game, I think Mercs is. I think Mercs is extremely good into LeBlanc.
I was thinking Mercs, but I was kind of being a little bit overconfident,
Yeah.
thinking that she's not gonna chain me as much as I think she will, and if she does, I can always ult out.
But also you get insane value because you're versing a Lilia, so you got AP topside as well, right? So I think that it's very valuable. I don't think it's essential, but I think it is very nice. But as a rule of thumb, against any champion that wants to build early pen, I mean, and LeBlanc is one of those champions that does get a lot of value from building early, like an early Sox or something. Early null magic is very nice. But ultimately, it depends on the quality of your early lane and how important it is. Like, if you're behind, you don't really want to be building mercs, you know?
Yeah, you're losing damage, and
Yeah, you're
it's
just
not worth it.
useless. Yeah. Okay, so we end up getting a nice little all in. So, game stabilized, right? Shyvana's doing a really good job of just power farming. She's got a dragon, so she's going to be nice and tanky. Jax is getting absolutely annihilated. So a few things to keep in mind. I mean, look, bot lane seems pretty back and
The top
forth.
lane is lost. Yeah, I was thinking I should roam to bot whenever I can. Maybe try to favor it to our side.
Well, the thing is,
Because top is already lost.
Top's lost, but it's a big shutdown, and like Lilius is pretty squishy. So like, if that Lilia gets complacent, you might be able to just like pick up a nice little shutdown. You know?
Yeah, I'm a bit how do I say it? Not traumatized. I just don't like playing against Lilias in general because they're so fast.
Mm.
I just mentally get nervous, and then I just missed my E. Not even a close one. It's really far away.
Mm.
So I usually try not to go against stuff like that when I know already that I'm probably not gonna do it right.
Yeah. By the way, your E's are very have been quite nice, and this LeBlanc. It seems this LeBlanc doesn't really understand the matchup though. She's doing very linear W's and giving you very easy charms, but like your charms have been nice regardless.
Thank you. Well, I didn't notice that she's mostly aggressive. I played against champs. People who play like that aggressive, so
Mm.
I just try to do that mostly.
I'm very surprised you don't just R. You flash instead of Ring, which is interesting. Wow.
Because I
Oh,
think
just
first
oh, it
my
just
ult
came
was
off.
down, yeah. But
Okay,
anyway, I
gotcha.
would have flashed. I would have flashed anyway because the flash is faster
It's
than
instant.
ulti,
Yeah, yeah, right.
and
Okay,
if I get CC there, I missed the kill.
got you. Well played, man. Really well played.
Yeah, this is why it's one of my comfort zone. I'm always limited to my comfort champions. But I knew that was a kill for sure because she already W the wave and yeah, and Braille can't save her.
Very nice, man. Very nice. Okay, we end up staying for a little bit more because I'm assuming you couldn't afford your T2 boot, so you stayed for a little bit more.
It's an awkward back, 700.
Yep, and then also you're an Ahri, so you have a lot of wave clears, so staying for the section wave doesn't really matter. As long as you really are on top of your pings, that's completely fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I switched because I saw that I know I'm not getting ganked, even though I have no flash and ulti. I
Yep.
was fine just pushing one more.
So Shyvana is farming up an absolute storm. Top is still struggling.
Yeah,
Bot lane
I
very
was
back and
mostly
forth.
counting on Shyvana this game
Yeah, this
because she
game,
was
you're spot on. It looks like a game where it's going to be kind of played through. I mean, the way I envision this game, by the way, is that you and Shyvana are going to get your team through to mid to late game, and then your
that was I
Jax,
was hoping for.
and then your Jax and your Draven then become a champion.
Yeah, I
Um,
was hoping to give Jax as much as like time into the game so he can actually farm up and start being strong again.
yeah.
So I was looking to like shove waves and then follow Shyvana ganks. If she goes top, I'll follow her to top. If she goes bot, I follow her bot, and maybe we can get ahead this way.
Yep. Shyvana's going to be the big key carry this game, 100%.
Here I'm not as scared of Lee Sin or Rail in that case because I have my ult. I know
Yep.
they're not gonna kill me that
And
fast.
Leo was hovering anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lee ganks bot. Draven dies again, unfortunately. Looks like Shyvana's pathing bot side. Dragon is going to be coming up soon.
Yeah. If Ignite up, nowhere to roam, so I might as well pressure my lane. It's also good. Maybe it'll bring Lee Sin here and give some breeding rooms to other people. Maybe even Lilia here, so Jack can breed top.
Out of
So I just try to
interest,
pressure mid as much as I can.
man, why is it that you think you lose games? Like, what's the reason at the moment you feel like you're losing games?
I don't want to sound like that guy,
Hmm.
but it does feel most of my games that my sidelines I just get stomped. Like just go 0-7. Like I add like a few games of those, which I'm
Yep.
doing fine. I'm either winning or going even in lane, which
Mhm.
is really good for me because I usually scale really good into the main game. But like my top lane either goes like 0-4 and either then gives up, or my junglers is a little bit questionable, I say
Mhm.
like that. Because like for the past week, I didn't feel like I'm playing in a diamond level games.
Right, so
Uh,
you're saying that you've just genuinely been a little bit unlucky. At least
yeah, I
as
mean it
over the last
happens.
week. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. But I just
It
wanted to
happens.
ask. But
Yeah,
okay, well, getting back into this, I actually disagree with the play here. Um,
I should
I
run bot here
yeah,
probably.
I think you
Or
should 100%
I
run
don't think
bot.
this one with Jax works. That's why I didn't like try to
Yeah,
full commit full it with ulti and everything.
yeah, it's
Bot lane
hard.
probably was a better call here to
Yep,
go for.
100%. Shyvana's moving bot side. They're pushed up. Leona has set up. Um,
Yeah.
I don't and killing LeBlanc is unreliable. She's not even worth much anyway. You've already got the. You're basically going to get the 3 plates regardless. Um, I would much prefer you complement your secondary win con through bot side there, in my opinion. But ends up working at. It looks like they end up getting the double kill bot anyway, and you get the kill mid. So that was a win-win.
Yeah. Okay, I hold my ulti until he gets really close to me, because I know he has to kick me then Q, and if he doesn't have Q, I'm pretty fine until he got really close. I decided
Okay.
I'll just ulti out.
Great.
Yeah,
So
I know he doesn't kill me instantly, so
yep.
that's fine.
Shyvana ends up getting another dragon. We end up staying for one more. We've got to be very careful here. I'm not really a big fan of the staying for this next wave here.
Oh, the reason is because I saw Lee Sin Q the thingy, and he
Mm,
had no closer. I mean, if he could close to me, he would have probably used the normal ward when he
mm.
fought me, but he used the control, so he probably had no wards to jump on me, unless he just decided to control because it's easier for him. And then I'm Ahri, so I cleared the wave like in QQs, and it's
Well,
just really quick.
but it's not really about the Lee killing you. It's more about the tempo. Like like LeBlanc's already coming back onto the map. Like in terms of keeping the LeBlanc down and preventing her from having any option, I just you're not really getting anything from next wave, are you? I mean, you would have been able to get your Everfrost and Sorks anyway, right?
Yep. Probably. Yeah, I would have had the Struction Everfrost.
So I don't think this really changes anything. So in my opinion, I mean, yeah, it's not you're not going to really lose much for. Yeah, it's highly unlikely, but I mean, when I'm ahead like this, why I wouldn't want to give LeBlanc any window. Like why? I mean, unless it genuinely changes the amount of the item that I'm going to go to base with.
Okay.
Now,
I
now,
see what you
now
mean.
LeBlanc has a free wave of move
Yeah.
for no reason. All right. Anyway, um, again, it's win cons, right? It's you and Shyvana, same thing. You and Shyvana are gonna bring this game through to mid game, and then hopefully get Draven and Jax relevant. Shyvana is incredibly strong this game. Very, very, very strong. Okay. Jax dying on repeat. Rel collapsing.
Honestly, I didn't know this interaction works. I was kind of hoping she's gonna get charmed there.
Yeah,
I
neither
would
did
have ever
I.
frost if I knew this interact works like that.
Yeah, I didn't really know that either.
Because I know Harry's charm like cancels almost everything, besides like unstoppable things, but cancel almost everything.
Alright, we're exerting a metric ton of pressure here, which is great. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a bit. I did get lucky eventually, but I should have ulted sooner.
Yeah, I think as soon as you see the Lee
That was
Sin,
good
you gotta
by
get the
her.
hell out of here. It was a good
Yeah, that
side.
was a bit.
I like your sidestep though. I do like your sidestep. You actually walked back into it.
Yeah.
Your sidestep was actually perfect. If you actually committed to your sidestep rather than turning back, you actually would have avoided it. But
Because I thought I set step too early. So I thought, okay, she realized that, just she's gonna aim it a bit higher. So I
right,
decided to side step again. But I got a little bit cocky. I thought she's not gonna hit that at all.
yeah,
And she surprised me with the flash. Because that was a really good flash by her.
yeah.
Yeah, but I got lucky. I got finished the back here.
Well, I think
I
look,
decided to do a full walk.
yeah, you probably had a little bit of disrespect to the LeBlanc because you've been dominating her for the majority of the lane, so you probably weren't anticipating something like that.
Honestly, it's not because I dominated most of the lane. It's because the way I view people, like before lane and during the lane, that was a really mistake by me. I was just autopiloting here. I should have just realized when she walked up on me, I'm dead, and I should have just like
This
not
is
been there.
hard. Well, this is actually very, very hard because it's hard for you to know that Lee Sin's going to be right here because you could easily interpret this as Lily is just cleaning up the wave and then going to reset, right? Like I don't.
I could have
This is
walked right there instead of walking up. My walking up was kind of
yeah. I mean, there's no.
useless. I could have just waited
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
wave.
There's no, but in my opinion, it's too theoretical. I mean, I had a play like this yesterday where it's very difficult to know if if the enemy jungle is going to be here. I mean,
Oh, I should have known for the rift. Yep.
like they just got rift. What are the chances that like they just got to kill mid, or like basically shoved you out anyway? They got rift. It's not like they're going to continue to siege topside. They're probably going to swap the lane assignments. Lily is really low anyway. Legit look at Lily's resources. I mean, she's got not much mana. She's probably going to shove this and reset. in my opinion, I would 100% walk up here. Like, yeah, sure, we can talk, we can theorize like, oh yeah, you should have like maybe not walked up, but I would have 100% walked up there no matter what. So
It
it's
always feels like natural to the jungler to just come topside after Rift, just because it's close by. I mean, it's kind of maybe they were hoping to catch off someone, and they did get lucky to catch off me. But like, it all sounds like a waste of time if they do that. And I was just autopiloting, thinking, oh, if she's low on mana, she's not gonna kill me. I have Everforce just in case. I can walk up to the wave and Q it.
yeah, I wouldn't really overemphasize that. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't overemphasize that. All right, so Dragon's coming up in 40 seconds. I think you guys can contest it. It's going to be hard, but you think you can? Do I think you need to contest it? No. But you might be able to because I think Shyvana is extremely strong. A few things here. Let's look at the relative strength. This is a machine comparative to this. This is, I'm pretty sure Shiv's going to complete second item. You're obviously going to be very strong, but you're actually not that strong into Samira, right? Obviously, Rel can displace that CC, and this guy has
Double, yeah.
whether the E, the whatever is it the W or the E? I think W, whatever that can block skill shots. And
Actually, I always outplay that because they always expect you to charm, so I just Everforce and just wait for them to
Right.
W. It always works.
Right, so but there's the Mercs and the Shield Bow and the
Yeah,
Exhaust and
yeah.
the W. There's so
I
many
didn't
tools
think I was
there.
still in there.
I mean, there's so many things. You're not going to kill Samira. I mean, it's highly unlikely. So, I mean, you've already got 2 dragons. Do you really need the third one to win this
I
game?
wasn't thinking to contest the dragon because it's gonna be their first dragon,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
although the third dragon is gonna be good for us, but it's gonna be hard to contest it.
Yeah, like you could contest it and like flip it, but I don't think you really need to contest it. It looks like you are trying to contest it though.
No, what I usually do, I've learned it from Challenger Harry. I think like a season ago. He told me, by like your third back, I think, or first dragon, you should get Orca Lens, and you should always like try to clear the wave around the dragon, the pixel bush, and just camp to get someone there. It almost always worked for me, like with the teammate, obviously.
Yeah, but
So
you're not
just
going to
set it
contest the
up
dragon,
and
so
get
it
a
doesn't
charm.
matter.
No, but maybe we can get a catch, like a Rel is going to ward it or something like that.
But even if you were to kill the Rel, it's not going to change the lane. Plus, on top of that, if you actually look at it, I don't even think you would 100-0 a Rel because she can just use her W out and she has her locket. Like, think about who you're... I mean, I see your point, but at the same time, your Jax is already dead. Draven's showing on mid-wave. Shyvana's not here yet. Who are you going to one-shot?
Probably just went bot. I should have just pushed bots and maybe make them lose a wave or something. Just react to me. Well, just farm.
Yeah, I don't see. I totally agree. I love the play with obviously getting to the objective early, setting up a vision, sweeping, pinking, and then camping a bush and one-shotting someone. But in this case, I think number one, you don't have that much control. Number two, your comp is actually lacking burst in a way. Shyvana's not a burst-oriented jungler or whatever. And on top of that, I mean, who on the enemy team are you actively going to burst? Plus, they've already got vision here. They've already set up, so you'd have to really spend time sweeping. I don't know, it seems weird to make that play if you're not actively going to contest the dragon. Because in my opinion, even if you were to kill the Rel that face checks, or even kill the Lee Sin, I don't even think you guys can continue to contest anyway, because you'd probably use all of your cooldowns on that one person, and you would lose the fight itself. So it wouldn't even really matter. So in my opinion, you're either getting there early, doing your thing, like you said, camping, contesting, or you're just trading it off completely, giving it completely, just going straight topside here. Alright, so Draven gets engaged upon. We're trying to peel back. Lee Sin gets on top of us. Lily is obviously creating a lot of space. Shyvana now goes in, misses Q. Now this is absolutely worst case scenario, isn't it? I mean, Shyvana just dies and you guys just fight for no reason. Okay.
Yeah, I know they go for dragon, so I try to maybe get the turret in return of that. Although they could turn on us, but I can just run up.
This is a really, really big lesson for you, by the way. This is a massive lesson. So what you need to do in your review when this happens is say to yourself, why did I think we could contest this? Right? Why did I think we could fight this? And why am I not just trading it off? And then try and visualize what you would have gotten if you traded it off. Very, very important. That's a game-losing play there. That was actually a really game-losing play. Okay. So they continue to siege mid.
I think we end up cleaning it up. Was it this? I think it was the other one, maybe. We did have a good fight after, I think, a few whiles. We had a chance to come back to the game. Jax actually got like 4 kills. It was pretty massive. Here I'm just focusing on farming, trying to finish my item as soon as possible because I am starting to get behind now because I'm trying to help my team most of the time and I just lose a lot of farm from that.
Holy moly.
Yeah, she's pretty strong. I think she built Magi as well. She was pretty strong at this point.
She just forced a nature frozen heart here. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I think this game I went for a Void Staff right after.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can one-shot people, or at least like... Yeah, that was a bit desperate by me after that, try to get a Samira. I really wanted to back, but they did end up getting caught, because I did have an item in base.
I want to go through this entire sequence of events here. Like, this entire sequence of events. Like, all the way back here. Like, it felt really, really... Whatever you did felt incredibly inefficient. This entire thing. Like from here. So, after the play got killed. So, we know the play's done, right? At this stage. Shyvana goes in. You get chunked. So, what do we know? We know we're not contesting the dragon. We know this wave shoving in here. You can't really defend mid at this. I mean, it's hard for you to defend mid at this HP. Quite difficult. But Jax is already here anyway. But you end up saying to
So they'll go dragon, I say let's get a turret. If me and Jax are here, LeBlanc can really contest us, so we can get the turret. Because they're all 4-man committing on dragon. So at least we can get a turret out of that. Just simple plan, just hit it like once or twice and back top.
Yeah.
And then he decides he wants to fight.
Yeah, you leave him. Let him die. You reset.
Yeah,
here,
that's what I decided.
You reset here. What you do though is you walk top, you get half a wave, then you reset, then you go top.
Yeah, I'm late for this fight as well. I could have been.
But now also you go bot instead of top.
Why top though? Because I see Jax like hovering around that side. I know he's gonna catch that wave.
Well,
so I can catch
you should already be
wave.
going. You should already be pinging that you want to be the one because Shyvana's getting this wave anyway. You should be going top. The reason being is because Baron's coming up in a minute. If you go bot side, you're the second strongest member on the team. Your team loses so much control top side. Now you go bot. Now look at your team. Your team's trying to like contest or jockey for position around top side. They have full control on top side around Baron. And look at your team. Look, Shyvana's trying to check, are they on Baron or whatever? They're trying to get a little bit of vision. You get the blue buff. We stay. Finally, we stay for a little bit longer. Lilia moves, and then they fight. So I think a few things we could have done better here. I think we could have reset immediately after that mid tower, which was a nice little call. Then gone back top, which would have allowed us to shove and hover a little bit more effectively. And on top of that, here... Right, you need to ping that you don't want anything to happen here. You need to ping danger, like you're covering bot in a way. Like you don't want a fight to happen, and even say it's like ping your gold, ping your shadow flame, and say wait, like just ping it. Like make it extremely clear what you want to happen here, and then as soon as Lilia shoves out bot here, right, and then you're reacting to this wave. If Lilia's not showing here, what does that mean?
He's roaming.
Right, so just go danger, danger, danger. Like. You got to remember what you're doing here by staying and trying to farm for this item at 20 minutes when you guys are like, it's a fast-paced game. Like, it's fucking hard to do, right? It's hard to do because there's so much happening in the game right now. Like, you're basically saying, everyone stop, no one do anything, I need my item. But do these guys even know what you're doing? Does anyone even know how close you are to your Shadow Flame or anything like that? Are they playing as if you just need to you just need to farm for 100 more gold, get Shadow Flame and reset? No. Imagine if
See, I
you
should have pinged them and let them know that.
yeah, make it clear because your team, for all intents and purposes is probably playing as if you're maximally strong and wanting to fight. You see what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
no like you should see it when I play. I ping my items all the time. I ping my items all the time. Ping my gold all the time. So look, you make the best of a shitty situation, but like we shouldn't really. I mean, that fight should never have happened in the first place. Okay, so now we've got 2 items. That next dragon's coming out. I even think we give this next dragon as well. To be honest with you, I don't. I just don't see how you win it. I think just give and just go topside here. Ages ago, I think call it 8 like now. Ping assist topside. Give dragon. 100%. Until you have.
You mean like full team topside or just like hovering around topside?
Yeah, Shyvana should be moving in here rather than going bot side. Shyvana should be moving here. You should all of you guys should be moving here. The Draven and Leona should be shoving mid, moving topside.
Just putting pressure on them on deciding if they want to commit to dragon or commit to us.
Or lighting up that top side, taking their top side camps, getting this top tower, shoving that, even threatening to LeBlanc so she can't contest you here. I don't really see how you guys are gonna win this fight while Lilia is as strong as she is. I don't.
I think this fight ended up good for us. I know one of them ended up pretty good for us, and then we turned it up. Yeah, they overstepped a lot. We managed to like salvage most of it.
Yeah, this is not replicable, is it, man?
Yeah.
Alright, like, the fact that Shyvana just died, which is exactly what should happen, right? Because you guys have no control. She's trying to, like, walk through her jungle. She dies. Lee Sin just goes for a dive. Samira takes, like, tower hits, and you guys get a bunch of kills. Like, that's just pure luck. Like, pure...
Yeah, and then she missed the Q as well with the flash. That was...
Yeah, I mean, it's all luck. So, you've been so lucky in many aspects of this game, dude. Like, macro-wise. You've been so goddamn lucky. And this is the same recurring trend. So again, the thing here, man, the biggest advice I'll give you is you got to make a decision. If you genuinely believed you could win this fight at this stage of the game, right? You pressed tab, you looked at all the items and the relative strength of everyone in the game. You said, "Yeah, we can win this." Then that's on you, and you can get into it and you can look at it and be like, "Oh, okay, well maybe I was wrong or maybe I was right." The worst thing you can do is not make a decision, right? And say, "Oh, you know, I'm just gonna go there and see what happens." Like, I actually don't know. I'm just gonna autopilot, just go. But
So you're saying basically, if I know I'm not gonna win the fight, I should just put pressure in other lane or other aspect, even though my team is gonna go for the fight.
They're not gonna go for
even
the
though
fight.
I mean, I had a lot of times when I know, so like, we're not winning a fight, we shouldn't contest, so I put pressure on the side lane and get a turret, but my team decides to like commit for the play.
But did you ping a minute before the objective that you're not contesting? Are you giving it and trading
Yeah.
it? It's high. I never see that. Like people say that, but I never see that in no VOD in the MLA. I've basically ever seen someone ping from a minute ago, give dragon, hover me topside, give, spam ping assistant topside, and your team proceed to continue to go to the dragon anyway. I never see that. Every time
I'll tell you how it goes, right? So basically, I go like side lanes, they all notify dragon is up, and I'll keep pinging that I'm on my way to the lane, yeah? So I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna ping the turret, I'm pinging to back off from the dragons. Most of them commit to like back off. The junglers try to go for his steal. Either succeed or fails, and then he's in trouble, so the supports tries to go help him, and then they're all caught up into a fight. Now, mostly what happens most of the times.
Wait, okay, so it depends. So that says to me that either you didn't make it clear that... I mean, okay, so look, sometimes that will happen where the jungle feels like they're just going to trade their life for the dragon. Yeah, spot on. But I think majority of the time, 85, 90% of the time, if you ping and actually say give, drag, trade, like come, like ping assistant on the other side, say hover me topside Shiv, so say Shiv hover me topside, it's highly unlikely they're going to go to the dragon still. Try it. like if you're in this situation here, right? Where was it?
You said from here, I should have told him already, like,
Straight
I'm
away.
going to push up, help me, and just give up the dragon.
Well, because there's nothing else
By
to
the way,
think about.
I am playing with chat disabled, so I'm mostly going
Right.
through pings, and if I feel like it's something important to say, I will enable chat and say it.
But
But
think about it. There's not. You're coming out of base right now, right? The only thing you need to think about is how you're going to kill the Nexus. How you're going to win this game. So what do we think about? If we're coming out of base, we know that we need to be in top side because of Baron. We're looking at this timer. We're looking at this timer, right?
Mhm.
We're not going to start Baron on spawn. They're not going to start Baron on spawn. So coming out of base, we know that we're going to collect this wave, and then Dragon's going to be up in a minute. So, of course, it's natural for you to think about the Dragon, whether or not you're going to contest it, because it's a major objective. In my mind, I see this versus this. I just don't see how you're going to win it yet. And I don't think you need to contest it, because you just want to buy time for Shyvana to steal scale, get Draven maybe another item, get to Jax your 2 items, and then look, maybe you can contest later on, but I don't think you need to, because Shyvana's only going to get stronger and stronger this game. Shyvana, Lee Sin hasn't farmed. Like, the gap's only going to get larger, especially if Shyvana takes Lee Sin's topside here, or goes here, gets this, moves here, takes this, lights that up, we get this, we trade it for gold. We're getting stuff. And think about it, we're getting 3 things if we trade this dragon off. We're taking their jungle camps, we're getting vision on the Baron side, clearing their vision, and we're getting a top tower and making them react all the way to tier 2. We're getting many, many things. And what is that going to do if we light up their top side? Well, now we know at least 100% that they can't do Baron, because we've got so much vision. We know 100% they can't do Baron. If they can't do Baron, they can't push the pace of the game. So the game is automatically going to get stalled out, because we've got full control, we've got more gold, it's only their second dragon, it's all good. It's not the end of the world. So this was a flip. Well, not even a flip. It objectively doesn't work. You just mind controlled them, and then they dove you. So that was just lucky. Just very, very, very lucky. And that's twice now where we've contested an objective or went to a fight that we didn't need to fight at all.
Yeah, you did a stupid mistake. Yeah, I should have. No, I knew she was there. I thought I could contest turn it because I saw my team starting to come. So I was trying to like corner her, even though she can W side. I should have ulted her for sure. I did not expect her to like burst me like that.
Yeah. So
And then it just
it's just game over here.
yeah, that's where like everything now fell apart again.
Yeah. So in terms of learning objectives, man, I think it's very, very simple. Your lane looked pretty good, right? Lane looked okay. Your skirmishing looked okay when you're actually in a fight. The main problem is actually a macro game. Really, it's off big time. So a lot of how there was that entire sequence of events where I was telling you like the importance of communicating your intent. Like whether it was you were 200 gold off your Shadow Flame and you don't want anything to happen, right? Like in my mind, if you really want to win the game, that has to be common sense. So like, how do I frame this? Give me a second. I just want to think about how to frame this in the way that's going to stick the most.
Well, as much as I see from this game, though, I think I'm lacking the communication with my team as much.
Yeah, it feels like this. When I'm watching you play, right, it feels like there's 2 things going wrong. Number 1, you genuinely aren't thinking about how you're actually going to kill the Nexus and win the game. Like, you don't have you're not thinking in advance enough. You're not planning your next move. Okay? Like, is it like you're just rocking up to the next play? In between the plays, number 2, you're also in La La Land. Like, you know what you want, right? You're thinking about what you want. But you're not factoring in what your teammates are doing in the meantime. Like, it's like, oh, great, I want to farm this 200 gold to Shadow Flame. These guys have no fucking clue what you're doing. You haven't pinged it. You haven't pinged your gold. You haven't pinged how much gold you need. You haven't pinged the back. Wait. Don't fight. Chill. Nothing. So it's basically like it's kind of like everyone wait for me. Like, it's very, like, the way you play is very, like, it's very entitled. It's like, the world revolves around me. Everyone should know what I want. But that's just not the way League works. You're walking on fucking eggshells every second when you're playing into a mid game, especially in these fast-paced games. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you an example, okay? I'm going to do a personal review of this in the MLA, probably today or tomorrow. But I'm going to give you an example of a game that I played yesterday that was literally won through macro, okay? So this was a game I played yesterday. And I'm going to show you how I think in the game. Right? So what I know, so I'm going to give you a few specific things. I noticed coming out of base of this situation that we can't play through mid because like these guys have so much pressure. I can't do anything. I have a fed Kane. So I'm thinking, okay, every champion on my team has a tool. Kane, what is Kane really good at? Kane is really good at making picks in the side lane, right? So I'm thinking to myself, well, Trundle can't kill me. Even if I'm stronger than the Vel'Koz, I can't do much in the 1v1. I need Kane to hover. So if I can't play mid, right? The only thing I do is call for hover. So this game, I end up calling for hover. I remember before I called for hover, then me and Kane just ripped up the side lane. And then look at this. We've ripped up the side lane, and then the enemy starts panicking. Now we know. I remember here, I ping back because I don't want anything to happen. I don't want to dive because what's happening? The AD carry support, we're relieving pressure from them. As a result, we back off. I know they can't.
They start reacting to your play, and then they start losing all the sides.
And then they get mid lane off that. So then we reset, same thing, and I say on chat, keep doing this. Playing side is good. They can't contest. I ping the stopwatch. I ping my items that I'm really strong. Same thing. Me and Kane do the same thing. Kill again. Peel back. Keep pressure on the side, relieving pressure from the rest of the map. Now, this is where things get very interesting. I know, right, that they have 3 dragons. I also know that they really, really want this because in their mind, they probably win team fights, right? Because they have a Jinx, Karma.
Yeah.
And the Vel'Koz, like, they can maybe win. So, and notice I even type in here slow. I don't want Kane to dive because I know they're kind of collapsing, so I type slow. I even tell Kane how I want the thing to be played. But look at this. I press tab. I look at this timer. I see this. I see this. All right, so I'm already processing all this information the whole time. I'm thinking, okay, dragon timer, what's going on? And I ping the dragon. So I thought what we're going to maybe do is maybe you shove out, and then maybe play the team fight. But then look what I see. You'll see in a second. I think to myself, okay, I can maybe shove one more top wave. We'll see how we go. And I'm like, wait, what? You'll see in a second here. They start grouping mid. Yone's not top for some reason. And then look what happens. Vel'Koz TP's bot.
Yeah.
So if Yone's not splitting top, and Vel'Koz is already TPing bot, what does that mean?
You're free to push the side lane, or you can even fight mid.
No.
And do it Baron.
Baron?
Yep.
Fuck the dragon. Yeah. They've committed way too early to the dragon. So I spam ping assistance, and we start Baron. Because they're so desperate for that dragon, for that Ocean Soul. They've committed everything onto the bot side of the map. So we just do Baron. And we get Baron, and we win the game. Because then we just win the fight, and we win the game off this. And then we get the dragon, kill them, we do the dragon, we win the game. All off that play. So we were losing the game up until this point. We're losing fights. And it wasn't until I realized, okay, I've got a Kane. We win the side lane, the 2v2. I know what they really, really want. So notice I'm constantly using every single one of my LoL states. Every game is a puzzle, right? Every game is a puzzle where you got to figure out a creative way to win the game. You got to figure out, it's your responsibility. How the fuck are you going to do it? It's not gonna fall into your lap. I mean, sometimes it will fall into your lap. But these games like this, I was going to lose. If I played a stock center game, I'm going to lose. If we ARAM, we're going to lose. I had to get creative. And so this is a skill that takes a long time to develop, but it all is predicated on me being in situations like this before, reading the map over and over and over and over again, looking at what they want, understanding what they want, and then executing. Notice how the difference in communication. There's zero fucking communication. You're in La La Land farming for 200 gold, saying nothing. You're mindlessly contesting every dragon. It's end of review, dude. There's no calls. There's no macro. When I watch Man Watch, there's night and day. They're completely different. So what I want you to do from now on is your learning objective is in the lull states, especially when the game starts getting 15 minutes onwards. Have a hypothesis about what you need to do. What in terms of objectives, in terms of lane assignments, in terms of win guns. Couldn't care less how wrong you are. You got to start somewhere. Communication is key, and as far in advance as possible. Notice I was communicating out of base, giving the Kane plenty of heads up what I wanted him to do.
Do you think when I review this, because usually now I review mostly until 10 minutes, because I do care how my laning phase goes, because I wanted to improve it. So now I should do like 15 and more on the review and see like if my win assessment was right, and if not, how could I have improved it?
Yeah, 100%. I think what you do though, the best way to go about this is go to this, because remember, you don't have to review every single little moment. There's going to be 3 or 4 pivotal macro decisions, right? It's either you're contesting a dragon or giving a dragon. It's either you're calling for hover or you're shoving and moving. Like there's probably 3 or 4 pivotal mid-game decisions that you need to review. That is it. You don't need to go pixel perfect every single movement. It's these pivotal decisions, and then go back, and then the lead up to these pivotal decisions, which is the most important.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, man. Hopefully this gives you a little bit to think about.
Oh, it gave me a lot.